I think the coast is clear. Sorry about that. It's just that being a grown-ass man who's a fan of Sonic isn't the easiest thing sometimes. Like, nowadays Sonic just gets memed on for being a children's gateway to furries.
Sonic? It's so beautiful.
Like, it's not even the same if you say you play Mario. You say that and everyone flips about Odyssey or Sunshine or even Mario Kart. But you say Sonic, and if you're lucky, someone will mention Adventure 2 or the classics, but most of the time, it's just not something you want to bring up. But hey, I'll be honest, I've played a lot of Sonic games in my day, and most of them are pretty terrible and deserve what they get. But seriously, I swear a handful of them are actually really good, especially the holy savior that is Sonic Mania, but I just want to forget about all that and go back to a simpler time. Back when all my friends had GameCubes and PS2s and all I had was a Sega Genesis. But I was happy, because jammed in the cartridge slot was Sonic 2. I couldn't play on school nights and my mom still made me pause to go to the store with her, but damn, it was perfect. It's pretty common today for people to play old games like this and give a critical analysis of them, but I'll be honest, I'm just physically incapable of doing that. I don't care if it's all nostalgia speaking or what, but if you have the same connection to this game as me, you just get what I'm saying. So instead, I just want to give my completely biased and nostalgic opinion for why I think Sonic 2 is a great game. You can always tell how much experience someone has with Sonic based on how they play. A new player will initially go slow or get tripped up by the physics. But when you have someone who's been playing the game for 20 years, it's like... You especially know you've hit big boy status when you can outrun the purple water and chemical plant. Running around as Sonic is such a joy because every slope and loop affects his movement in a realistic way. You can't just run straight up a wall, you have to build speed and launch yourself up. Once you get the hang of the controls, the game isn't really hard to beat since Sonic will never die with at least one ring and falling in pits is rarely a thing. But if you're a newer player, just beating the game the first time through can feel pretty average. You just beat it and go. And I think that's where people find fault in the game a lot. The game's short and the controls take some time to master, but as you get better, the fun is in trying to get through with as much speed and finesse as possible. It's about replaying it for mastery, not one and done. Speaking of finesse, this game is filled with style. The art and animation is well done. I love how Sonic's legs blur when he runs, and the way he taps his foot when you stand around. It's an iconic touch that helps say a lot about a character in a game void of story elements. Like Sonic doesn't need to say some stupid one-liner to convince you he's cool.
Experience has also taught me that the best way to solve problems is to kick robot butt.
Each level is distinct and vibrant too, both visually and in design. The grassy stages have more natural slopes and hills, while the urban and industrial levels have blockier geometry. Overall, I'd say like 90% of the levels are good, with a couple of the last ones being a true test to my patience thanks to some seriously BS enemies. Visuals aren't the only thing this game excels at though. The soundtrack has some serious bangers. Growing up, I missed out on the whole iPod phase when everyone was getting into different kinds of normal music, and it's just because I was too busy jamming out to Sonic 2's soundtrack. Like, people always think it's weird the Genesis has a headphone jack, but it's so as musical intellectuals can better enjoy the art. There's one big feature of this game I haven't mentioned yet, and it's Tails. He's the fox that follows you on the adventure, and you can either have a second player control him in the main game or versus mode. Or you can have him run alongside you on his own, though his AI is really bad and he always dies. But it doesn't matter because he always flies back a second later. I have a younger brother, and when I was little, Tails always reminded me of him because he'd always follow me around and be an idiot. It's a fun, if silly addition that makes the world feel more realized, like why wouldn't someone bring a friend on their adventure? Sonic 2 and the other classic games are such complete packages with so much style and character crammed in, to accompany gameplay that is different than many other platformers. Building momentum, landing jumps, and speeding through slopes feels so free and perfectly balanced. Sonic really naturally interacts with his surroundings, and that combined with the refined theming of each zone makes the game so memorable and fun to pick up and play every now and then. Well, I hope I was able to make a case for why Sonic 2 inspired me as a kid, and still does to this day. Not all the other Sonic games are as good in my opinion, but my strong nostalgia for the series keeps me checking in on it. And that's saying a lot, because there's a lot of garbage and disappointment to wade through. And if I'm to be honest, if you really want to play a classic Sonic game, I'd recommend Sonic Mania first. It's a rebirth of the classic Sonic formula. It's a topic for another video, but playing that today made me feel the same excitement I did playing Sonic 2 as a kid. And it's more easily accessible. But still, we wouldn't have Sonic Mania without Sonic 2. Nowadays, the Sonic franchise is a lot more complicated and split up into different subcategories of different styles and ideas. Everyone debates what's good and what's bad, but to me, Sonic 2 is just a good-ass game. That's it. Also, Cybershell, please come back. Forces was bad, but there's still hope, man.